Imagine your brain, wallet, and body is a system. Today, we are going to fix one. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning with a plan. Today, you will exercise, read a book, finish that important project, maybe even learn a new skill. You feel motivated, you feel unstoppable. You look at yourself in the mirror and think, today is the day I change my life. Then you sit down for a moment, just one moment. You pick up your phone, you check one notification, then another. Then you watch one short video, and another. And suddenly, it is 3 hours later. Your phone is at 4%. Your productivity is at 0%. And somehow, you now know what a stranger ate for breakfast in 2017. What happened? Did your ambition disappear? Did your future suddenly become less important? No. Your brain simply chose the easiest available reward, and it does this constantly. Today, we're going to understand why. And more importantly, how to take back control. In the previous episodes, we explored money, how hard work creates income, how impulse buying drains your wallet, and how lifestyle inflation can quietly consume every raise you receive. But today, we're stepping away from finance, because before you can control your money, your habits, your time, or your future, you need to understand the machine making thousands of decisions every day, your brain. And your brain has one very strong preference. It loves comfort. It loves convenience. It loves shortcuts. If your brain had a slogan, it would probably be, "Why climb the stairs when there is an elevator?" And honestly, sometimes it has a point. But when comfort becomes your default setting, your goals begin to suffer. Meet David. David has goals. Big goals. He wants to become healthier. He wants to read more. He wants to learn new skills. He wants to build a better career. And every Sunday evening, David creates a beautiful plan for the week. The plan is impressive. Monday morning, exercise at 6 a.m. Read for 30 minutes. Work on his important project. Eat healthy. Sleep early. By Sunday evening, David has already transformed into the future version of himself. Unfortunately, Monday morning arrives. The alarm rings. David opens one eye. He looks at the ceiling, then at the alarm, then back at the ceiling, and begins negotiating with himself. 5 more minutes. 5 minutes later. David is still asleep, but now he is sleeping with confidence, because apparently, he has made a very important decision. Here's the important thing. Your brain is not lazy because it is broken. Your brain is designed to conserve energy. For most of human history, energy was valuable. Finding food required effort. Walking required effort. Building shelter required effort. Surviving required effort. So the brain learned something useful. If you can achieve something with less energy, do that. This helped humans survive. But today, the environment has changed. Your brain still wants to conserve energy. But now the easiest option is often a smartphone, a television, fast food, endless entertainment, and a comfortable sofa that somehow has the gravitational pull of a small planet. The problem is not that comfort exists. The problem is when the easiest option is always available. Your brain sees 2 choices. Choice 1, go to the gym, change clothes, travel there, exercise, feel uncomfortable, come back. Choice 2, stay on the couch, watch videos, eat snacks, do absolutely nothing. Your brain looks at both options and says, this is a difficult decision. It isn't. But the brain is very good at making simple things complicated when the sofa is involved. The second reason your brain chooses the easy path is immediate reward. Your brain prefers rewards that arrive now. Not next year, not next month. Now. This is why watching a video feels easier than studying. The reward arrives immediately. This is why eating junk food feels easier than preparing a healthy meal. The reward arrives immediately. This is why checking your phone feels easier than working on your goals. Your phone gives you something new every few seconds. Your goals usually don't. Nobody finishes one workout and suddenly becomes a superhero. Nobody reads one page and suddenly becomes a genius. Nobody saves $1 and wakes up financially free. Progress is usually slow, and your brain doesn't always like slow. Your brain wants the reward before the effort. Unfortunately, life often works the other way around. The effort comes first. The reward comes later. And this is where many people lose. Not because they are incapable, but because they keep choosing the reward that is available now. David understands this after one particularly embarrassing morning. He plans to exercise. Instead, he checks his phone. He plans to read. Instead, he watches videos. He plans to work on his project. Instead, he cleans his entire room. Now, cleaning is normally a good thing, but David's room has been messy for 3 months. Suddenly, the moment he has important work to do, he becomes extremely passionate about organizing socks. He even finds a sock under the bed, a sock he had emotionally accepted as lost forever. This is called avoidance. Your brain looks for an easier task that gives you a quick sense of accomplishment. So instead of doing the difficult thing, you do something that feels productive, but isn't actually the priority. You don't always procrastinate by doing nothing. Sometimes, you procrastinate by doing everything except the thing that matters. So how do you take back control? You don't fight your brain with motivation every day. That is exhausting. Instead, you redesign your environment. Rule number 1. Make good habits easier to start. Want to exercise in the morning? Put your workout clothes beside your bed. Want to read more? Keep the book where you normally use your phone. Want to eat healthier? Make healthy food easy to access. Your environment is constantly giving you instructions. If your phone is beside your bed, your brain receives one instruction. Check me. If your running shoes are beside the door, your brain receives another. Maybe we should exercise. The easier the first step, the more likely you are to begin. Rule number 2. Make bad habits harder. Put your phone in another room while working. Remove distracting apps from your home screen. Don't keep snacks beside your bed. Because if you have to physically stand up and walk across the room, suddenly your craving becomes a philosophical question. Do I really want this? Sometimes, the answer is no. Rule number 3. Start ridiculously small. Don't say, I will read 50 pages every day. Start with 2 pages. Don't say, I will exercise for 2 hours. Start with 5 minutes. Don't say, I will completely change my life this week. Start with one decision. The goal is not to impress yourself. The goal is to become the kind of person who starts. Because once you start, continuing becomes easier. David begins using a simple rule whenever he doesn't feel like doing something important. He commits to just 2 minutes. 2 minutes of reading, 2 minutes of exercise, 2 minutes of working on his project. Sometimes, he stops after 2 minutes, and that's okay. But surprisingly, most of the time, he continues. Because starting was the hardest part. The brain often creates a mountain out of the first step. Once you take the first step, you realize the mountain was mostly dramatic lighting. Your brain will always prefer the easy path. That is not going to change. The goal is not to eliminate comfort. The goal is to stop allowing comfort to control every decision. Make the good choice easier. Make the bad choice harder. Start smaller than your ego wants, and stop waiting to feel motivated, because motivation is unreliable. Some days you will feel inspired. Some days you will feel tired. Some days you will wake up ready to conquer the world. And some days you will need 5 alarms and a personal intervention. That is normal. The people who make progress are not always the most motivated. They simply build systems that help them act even when motivation disappears. Your future is built by repeated decisions, not one dramatic transformation, not one perfect morning routine, not one motivational video. One decision, then another, until the behavior becomes part of who you are. So the next time your brain chooses the easy path, pause. Ask yourself, is this actually what I want? Or is it simply the easiest option available? Because sometimes, the biggest obstacle between you and your goals is not a lack of ability, it is just a phone sitting beside you. And yes, your phone probably knows exactly where it is. Better decisions start here. Next episode: why you keep procrastinating, even when you know what to do. Please like, share, and press the subscribe button. Thank you.